Hoje, os gringos reagem a particularidades da cultura americana que chamaram a atenção de blogueiros brasileiros. Okay, I stumbled across two articles written by Brazilians who had lived in the United States and wrote about the strange American customs they found when they lived here, trying to basically warn their fellow Brazilians. We're going to go through 10 of them that appeared in these articles. You're just going to read the name of it, and then I will actually translate the article as it was written. You're going to sort of tell me, like, did they get it right? Is this really the way Americans are? And any reaction you have.
All right, this is going to be great.
Happy birthday without clapping.
What's initial thoughts on that?
I would have just said happy birthday because I don't think clapping's necessarily a thing.
Oh, that, you know why? Because that's a pure vocal track. That's, you know, like the movie Pitch Perfect, right? No instruments here.
It's an acapella.
It's an acapella song. It's public domain. Anyone could use it. But yeah, you don't clap during happy birthday. But I will say this, maybe they're right, because sometimes you do it like friends or coworkers and they have no rhythm. So like you do need someone to keep them on pace.
Who does that?
Who claps?
No, who doesn't clap?
Oh, come on. You know you don't clap. Anyway, let me read what they say. I found birthday parties in the United States totally without charm. The first time I tried to sing happy birthday to you, as usual, I started to clap my hands, and I perceived that the Americans don't have this habit. Sincerely, I prefer birthday parties in Brazil, which are much happier and more exciting.
I'll be honest, I was raised without the clapping. I never thought about it. I never even thought you could put a clap there.
I think this person should have gone to more TGI Fridays when they were here, because I'm pretty sure that's how they do it.
That is true. In restaurants,
Yeah.
You will see like a bit more of a commotion.
Right.
But yeah.
Happy. Also, they sing a different
But
song.
that's like
Yeah.
in Brazil.
Is
they
that
sing
what
a
it
different
is?
song.
Yeah. They all have their own song. They all clap.
And I will say from my personal experience that after you go to a birthday party in Brazil and then you come back and hear people sing happy birthday here with no clapping,
Yeah.
it sounds a bit like a funeral dirge or something like that. Like it is.
Oh yeah, it's a warning of your impending death and that time continues to tick on. So really, we're doing a favor for the person.
Yeah, Chili's was always the best.
So Chili's, just tell everyone what Chili's is.
Chili's is an American-type Mexican restaurant where you go for your birthday, you get a big sombrero, probably an oversized margarita glass full of margarita, clearly, and they come out with some sort of dulce de leche treat normally, I think. I don't know. I've not been there in a while. And they put a candle in it, and the entire staff comes over and sings, "Happy, happy birthday from all of us to you. We wish it was our birthday so we could party too." Woo!
That's a little bit more Brazilian.
It's a lot more fun than "Happy birthday to you."
Maybe like this will catch on in America and we're gonna be like, clap happy.
It's amazing.
Clappy birthday, baby.
I learned so much about American culture from Brazilians commenting on American culture. Pretty much every Brazilian, the first time they go to an American birthday party, says the same thing.
It's the exact way that we pick out Brazilians from a crowd. But like, honestly, I've done it 3 times. Never even my birthday. I faked it to see who would clap.
Do you know, I believe that. I think the happy birthday song in English needs a redo. How does the birthday song go in Portuguese?
Shall we sing the happy birthday song?
In Portuguese?
Yeah.
Parabéns pra você nessa data querida. Muitas felicidades, muitos anos de vida.
So much better than happy birthday. There's something about the way the happy birthday song is sung in English that's a little bit of a downer. It's an awesome celebration. It's really strange.
Consumerism. We're huge on. We throw everything away.
Americans aren't obsessed with material things at all.
Since everything in the country is so cheap, as you would expect, Americans spend a lot. And as I saw, they end up spending much more than necessary. They are really consumerists. They buy clothes and shoes even when they don't need them. What happens is they end up accumulating so many things at home, and when they realize that the clothing is just a tiny bit worn, they go to the store and buy some new stuff.
It's worse than that.
based on how I dressed, it's not. I wear worn clothing all the time. But yes, I think close, yeah. I think that we like stuff. I think that there's something that we assume the accrual of things is very important.
Well, number one, gotta look fly. Right? That's rule number one. But we like to think of ourselves, we say like, look, we don't need money for our future. Like, we should just burn it on anything and everything. We're having a bad day at work, spend some money. It'll make you feel better.
Like my girlfriend will say, I don't need that. And I'm like, we don't need any of this.
Right.
We don't need any of this. But, you know.
Let me ask you a question, Jason. How
Yes.
often do you change your phone?
Too often. This last one I changed after 1 year. But it's because I realized I needed a camera. So it was either that or buy a camera. I did it for the camera
You're
thing.
excused.
Yeah. Touche.
That's a gross exaggeration, but well, not a gross exaggeration. I think that the United States is still about having lots of stuff
Yeah.
versus the few nice things that you really like. I think it's shifting. I think again here we're following the Brazilians' lead and becoming a little bit more the greater continent.
I'm so lazy that I don't want to use a reusable coffee cup. I'm like, no, I'd so much rather be able to just throw it away when I'm done with it so I don't have to deal with carrying around the container.
Or like a plastic coffee cup you're supposed to bring and use day after day.
Yeah.
You want to throw it away.
Yes, I don't do that. But
You wish you could.
hence why I use the not recyclable ones. But I mean, they're recyclable, compostable-ish. But like a paper coffee cup that you
Right.
just toss away. I much prefer those. I'm really sad and ashamed of myself to say. Mobility scooters at supermarkets, they're really fun to play on.
Not only do we love spending money, we love not moving. And that's a way to kind of do both at the same time.
Very well spotted. There are electric carts with baskets for making purchases in supermarkets, and anyone can use them.
Yeah, people use mobility scooters. That unfortunately is the American dietary habits at play a lot of times. Which I get it. I'm sure people need them. So we got a lot of space. We got a lot of supermarkets. We want everybody to shop. Consumerism. So yeah, they make it easy for people to shop without walking.
I mean, when I go to the supermarket, I rarely walk. So I hop in a mobility scooter. You know, your legs are tired by the time you get to the grocery store. So how could you possibly walk through it?
My problem is when they go faster than me. It shouldn't go faster than a walk. It should be a little slower than a normal walk.
I should know, we don't see these in New York because there's not enough space.
No, there's not enough space. In New York, people will strangle you for things more likely than give you a scooter. In New York, if you can't walk, you just slowly die wherever you are.
That's when I know, like, Paul, you really need to lose weight when you're doing that. People do it. It's kind of sad though. Like, this isn't like Americans condone this. It's kind of like you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I feel bad for that person.
I never saw, living in New York, I've never seen these.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I've seen pictures of them.
Yeah, that's a good point. No, I lived in the suburbs and yeah, all our stores had them.
Probably when I lived in the suburbs, they didn't exist yet. But you've seen these things?
I have never seen one.
Oh, it's like, because you
grocery
live in New York, basically. But you know, like in the big Walmart.
I'm not in the big stores outside of New York City
Right.
that often. I've seen one or two maybe. It's not a thing.
But I like to encourage people. Sometimes I come and just knock them out of their mobility scooter.
It's another American custom, knocking people off of their mobility scooter. Okay, what's next?
You can return stuff and get money back. Yeah.
It's true. And I used to work at this store called Macy's when I was like maybe summers in college. And people would literally, I know they would have worded it, but the store would take back anything. So people just bought to return and return and return. I didn't like it because it created extra work for me. And as I said, we're lazy.
You can return merchandise that you buy in a store and get your money back. You don't need to trade it for another product.
Yeah.
You can simply bring it back since you decided that you didn't want it.
That's because 10 businesses own everything in America, so they would rather have everybody just stop complaining than to worry about paying me $20 because the shirt didn't fit.
And some people get very creative with it too and really like reattach tags or put stuff back into boxes and stuff. We like buying stuff, but we like getting our money back too.
Well, here's the good news. If the company doesn't trust people, that means they rely on people. Here in America, they trust us because they don't need us. They're in control of us. They know it. They're like, just here you go. Just take your money back. All right, stop complaining.
I feel like it's always an exchange.
Okay, moving on.
What, you disagree?
No, I don't disagree, but I thought you might say like, oh, that's weird. You mean in Brazil you can't return stuff? But you're not a normal person, so.
Taxes not included. Yeah, I hate that.
The price of products in the United States, either on shelves or on websites, are shown without taxes included. Every state charges an individual tax based on what kind of item it is: drinks, food, medicine, clothes. So don't think it's odd if the amount you are charged is different from the amount on the price tag.
It sucks. My family moved from Utah to California when I was a kid, and we were all like, oh my gosh, tax went up 1.25%. What is this?
In the United States, everything initially seems a lot less expensive.
Yeah,
And then you just get crushed with the taxes.
not just taxes even, right? They'll add a service charge and when you buy a theater ticket, for example.
Lots of hidden charges.
But that's salesmanship. That's saying, hey, you want to buy this for $12? Then you buy it and it's $13.
Do you think that, so in Brazil, the price already has the taxes included in it?
Right, but that's the government's part. They're just showing you what they're charging you. And then we both get to be victims of the government.
It's so true.
So
because,
we're in a solidarity.
I mean, I had never thought about this.
Yeah.
And then I thought, oh yeah, of course, you should include the taxes. But then the business doesn't want to, because then you think that they're making all that.
Right,
That's a very good point. It's just selfish. Just make it easier on everyone. Include them.
Yeah, but then it makes them look like they're bad.
It's genius. I think I'm going to spend less money, so I'll be more able to buy it. And then I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
the government taking my taxes.